Compromise does not mean conformity. It's most likely at the infancy of your career, on your path to success and wealth, you've come across the concept of manifestation, the art of being who you want to be now. The problem with that kind of thinking is the mindset you adopt along the way. I recall at the infancy of my career, in order to fulfill people's demand, I would borrow money because claiming the absence upsets my core. I thought you're a millionaire. Why don't you have X amount to fulfill the demand? Unfortunately, what's even more shattering is when the debtors show up and I don't have the credit. It destroys the millionaire's delusion. Quickly, I analyzed as a professional that this mindset, this kind of thinking, if you're not careful, builds a rigid approach towards life. So if you claim you're something, you will try as much as possible to meet up to something you cannot. But if you analyze objectively, if you were truly a millionaire and you decide not to help someone, does that dissipate the millions in your account? Does your wealth suddenly vanishes into thin air? Exactly. So the problem with most people is they avoid hiking down as much as possible on their path to manifestation. The rigid approach, the baseline mindset is something they need to be armed with all the time. They think I need to act in ways consistent with this person. I need my path to be too rigid. I cannot smile. I cannot make jokes. I cannot do XYZ because it truly violates the core. And please, this is not a call to encourage decadence and all shades of laziness because if you were truly a millionaire, you can do XYZ. No, exception doesn't disprove the rules. Are there times you help? 100%. But the truth about wealth is finances doesn't care about morality. Honestly, finances doesn't care about morality. It only asks you one question. Did you do the work? Did you impute the necessary work requisite to achieve finances? Let's take this stupid 19-year-old crypto dogs. Do you truly believe that the guy who's inarticulate, has no work ethic, doesn't have a plan, smoking cocaine all day, deserves the wealth more than you, who's putting all the work in, reading books, listening to podcasts, consuming content like this? Is a question you need to ask yourself. So, wealth is not attributed to morality. Bad people have money, good people have money. It's not a moral argument. Life is objective. If a child puts a fork in the socket, electricity doesn't go whoa whoa whoa, that's a child. She feels the sting immediately. That's the problem I have with you. Another problem is the mindset religion has imputed that if you do not do XYZ, if you do not move in a certain way, if you're too XYZ, if you're not disciplined in certain areas, it's enough to erode your accumulation of wealth. And I've stated it countlessly. How you think determines how you act. How you act produces the result. If you truly believe wealth is ascribed to a certain quality of people, guess what? You would act in ways consistent with that belief. And if by some providence you get access to a lot of wealth, your mindset will compel behaviors that ensure you revert back to baseline. A car analogy, I've shared it. If a poor man wins the lottery, what does he do? He consumes it on his appetite such that it's only a matter of time before he reverts back to that position. So the problem is not the wealth, the problem is the person. If I hand you a car and because of your incompetence, you drive it to a ditch, it doesn't matter what key I hand you, a Ford Mustang, Chevrolet, no matter the luxury of the vehicle, you would still crash it. So the problem is not the car, the problem is the driver. That driver is your mindset. We're off track here. This is not a mindset discussion. It's more so compromise, it's not conformity. On your path to success, most of you believe hiking down to engage in certain kind of conversation somehow dilutes you. I'll give you an example. I'm a very strict and disciplined man. There are things that doesn't cross my mind. I'm militant about things. This is a waste of time. Why are we having this discussion? Let's move to something productive. But along the way, I understand that there are small-minded people. In fact, you encounter them more than their local equivalents. So you're more likely to encounter someone who's small minded and touching life and destiny. Hence, his goals, his desires, what he considers achievement would fit that paradigm. It's dissonance, cognitive dissonance at the highest level to foolishly believe everybody shares your perspective. It's asinine. For some people, graduating college is an achievement, it's something they celebrate. But for me, it's shit, it's nothing. When I graduated college, I didn't even sign out. I just took pictures to commemorate the event. I have old time friends I won't be seeing. This is a milestone in my life. It's not something worthy of celebration. It's not an achievement that you graduated college. To me, it's congrats, you now have the same thing 1 million other students have. Now, millions of people around the world are waving this piece of paper saying, sign me or hire me. Yes, the companies that would hire them requires 5 or 7 years of experience. That's a different discourse in and of itself. So my mind is very militant. I don't waste time. I see things differently. But as a leader, you need to create room of accommodation for small minded people, for individuals whose goals are less in comparison. An employee came up to me one time. Oh, my daughter is graduating college. No, my daughter just gained admission into XYZ college. I'm so happy. Really? What course? X. Oh, congratulations. I'm happy for you. And I moved on. As stupid or as trivial as that event is for me, I can share in the happiness of the janitor. So hiking down and engaging in those kind of conversation doesn't dilute me in any shape or form. And that is the point I'm trying to highlight. Relating to people according to their level of transformation while seeking them to increase doesn't decline you as a leader. It's not a betrayal to your intellect. Some of you who have little to no experience as touching life and destiny, you just began reading books, listening to podcasts. In fact, you replace Netflix with a book or something productive, you might not see the value of this teaching. You might have to archive it. But as you grow higher, as you scale, as you become more transformed and see the stupidity in the human conduct, you come back to this teaching. So when you get there, because your goals are superior, it's not license to downplay others. It's a wrong mindset I held. I try to impose my principles on lesser individuals. As unfortunate as it sounds, it's never going to work. Things are built with time. People are built with time. It would be stupid for you to instruct your troops at your own pace. You must give them time to grow. You must give them time to rest. In fact, in my own company, whenever we achieve some feat, something I consider trivial, let's say we have a goal, a financial objective, and it's mind blowing to the leaders. How can we achieve such amount? Or is it possible to make such progress under this relative amount of time? And finally, when we hit this goal, I don't just jump to the next thing. Of course, that is exactly what I would love to do. I give them time to reassess, to regroup, to use that result to build faith. Let me be honest, there are individuals who are comfortable with a very small life, with an average life, a house, a car, two kids, and it's fine. I'm not shitting on you. I'm just creating awareness that there are other individuals who don't give a shit about luxury items, luxury cars. They just want to sit and have endless conquest. Imagine Napoleon in the early 1600s when he was riding on horseback, conquesting. I truly believe, and I tell my team every single day, whenever we achieve a feat, there must be no talk of rest, no talk of shame, only constant attack of the enemy. We have our heels on their neck, and that is exactly what we are going to do. Attacking their capital, burning their reserve, conquering every and anything that will make the enemy comfortable. That's what NSC is about. Don't sit down there and because of a relatively small achievement, you settle. That's something you need to learn as a leader. Most people claim they are hungry as soon as they eat a little bit, as soon as the house comes, the mortgage is paid, something is settled, no more debt, the children's tuition fee is paid. Guess what? They settle. It's very unfortunate, but that is reality, sir. It is reality. So the objective of tonight's teaching is conformity or hiking down to engage in a conversation relative to their level doesn't dilute you in any shape or form. And this is the balance. Taking this to an extreme creates a seeker friendly mentality, the over consideration of feelings before action. Oh, what would this person think? You're about to take an action that is beneficial to you, scriptural and legal, and you're considering someone else's feelings? I don't understand how you people think. Do not take this to an extreme. It creates a mindset and egalitarian society where you need cheerleaders, you need people to approve of your plan. You need a situation whereby enemies are absent. You need cheerleaders. You want to be in a position where your actions are no longer a mystery, which is very unfortunate because it's in the mystery, it's in the concealment that great people are made. People can sabotage what they have no idea of. The problem, especially with young men, is they are more interested in convincing their family, their friends about these goals because of the unorthodox path they have to take. Anybody who has achieved a significant level of success would share. Success is not just about hard work. Success is trusting your gut enough to engage yourself in unorthodox process to achieve success. Look at any great man. They have unique processes to prime their mind, to hone their talent. I heard of this boxer who would sit on horseback every 2 hours in an attempt to increase his stamina. So there are so many processes unorthodox to achieve greatness. And I believe in you. I truly believe that after tonight's teaching, you gain the confidence to attack whatever it is you believe in. And as always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.